Alright, fam, so we're checking out this Pity This Boy song by the Black Sheep himself, ODUMODUBLVCK featuring Victony. And of course, as you know, we don't just vibe to songs, we actually analyze and actually try to understand what these artists are actually trying to pass across or say with the lyrics of their song. So of course, we'll be checking out the lyrics of this song. And at the end of this video, you will not just only vibe to this song, but you will have a deep understanding of what the lyrics actually mean. And if this video interests you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's chop.
Leave keys.
Before we get started, a quick disclaimer: this is just an analysis of the song. It might not be 100% accurate, or it might not suit you that much, but of course only the artist knows and of course can be certain of the real meaning of his lyrics. This is just based on what I understand and my own personal speculations, right? So let's get started. Now, yeah, the model is basically saying that people might, feel sorry for him because of his struggles or, his hustle, but he doesn't want any pity, obviously. It's a refusal to be seen as a victim, and he's just, trying to make it clear here, if you know what I mean.
Every day now I be late with a shameful decor.
And when he went like every day now billing with a shameful decor, yes, but billing here kind of refers to being asked for money constantly. Either for food, school fees, or just all those random requests. And when he said shameful decor, this part is kind of interesting because it suggests that people ask for money using fake or shameful excuses. Imagine someone coming to you and be like, okay, my grandma swallowed a shovel and those kind of things just to try to get money from you. So basically that's what this line is like. People pretend to want to have a good reason to collect money from him, while everything is just, in reality, is just used to kind of like exploit him of his money, right?
I for don't turn visitor, overstay my welcome, but I for chop full insult.
And when he said, I for don't turn visitor, blah blah blah, this line is just like, is loaded with meaning, right? Because being a visitor means you're a guest, right? But when you overstay your welcome, you become a burden. Right, so it's more like what Modu saying is aware that people see him as a taker, but is not interested in fitting into that role. But when we went for that to say this part,
even my mama joy there, my grandma joy, my papa joy.
Now this is where it gets through, because not only is society putting pressure on him, but even his family is contributing to his demands. So the demands, right, is like the family dynamics at play, where everyone kind of expects something from him.
But my shima comes first.
When the man is in love, he's definitely in love, right? When he said this part, it's just like, of course, Shima kind of refers to a significant other or loved one, right? But Odumodu is kind of like saying no matter how much pressure he faces with the family or from society, no matter how much they try to, come to him to get money out of his pockets, his person is always his priority. Whether in chaos or anything, his love just remains, his anchor, right? And he went for that to buttress it with the brand MS, right? So now this is just a flex. The MS is a luxury brand, right? You know that. It's often associated with status and wealth, and brown specifically could be referring to the color of an MS bag or an exclusive item, kind of. It's a way of saying is leveling up in terms of style and luxury, you know what I mean?
Come to my doorstep.
And when you went like come to my doorstep, and stuff like that, it's just basically trying to tell a story like this line is just basically all about demands and the pressure that is always on him. And the repeated is more like a kind of sound mimics or a kind of demand, implying that people are always showing up, asking for something. And when we went for that to say this part. And now for context, Agbo is actually like the Nigerian street hustlers or touts. People who demand money from you in a sometimes forceful way. If you are from the street, you know what I mean. And the Odumodu is basically saying that these Ozlag are part of the system that he has to deal with, right? The sorted is more like is likely means is manage them, he manage them or he handles them. So it's not like it's part of people that he has to, sort out. I know, of course, as a superstar that he's imagining him just going about his daily activities and then one agbero like hot out just sees him on the road, he definitely has to pay bills, right? So that's just it. And this part, I think this part is not really loud in the song, but when he went like,
Yeah,
I go pay Deve, right? Deve could actually refer to some sort of settlement or stuff like that. If you agree with me, let me know. If you don't, let me know in the comment section. So, in this context, with money is just like you pay whatever is demanded from him, even if it doesn't want to, like, doesn't have an option, right? And for the verse 1, very interesting, and this particular line is intense.
Modu give me money, make I one person.
Now, Modu, I think Modu is kind of gotten from his name or stuff, but for context, when he said, give me money, make I one person, like, it's more like one person is not like, if you say you want one person, you would just sit as a surface of you want to injure someone, right? But in this context, I don't think that's what it means. What it means is that he wants to like use money to impress. And this one person there could actually impress. Like, if I say I want to use money, won't you? I want to actually show you what money can do, the luxury or power that money can be. I think that's what this line actually means here. Because when we went further to actually say this part,
I know they carry kid we don't like shopping.
it buttresses the earlier parts, right? And for context, Kele actually means girl, and this line suggests that he's not interested in women who doesn't care about luxury or material stuff, right? Of course, when you have money, what you would do, you would always want to spend on your woman, right? So it's basically like it's making a declaration that he's only looking for someone who shares his interest, especially when it comes to shopping and luxury brand. And it buttresses further again that he's mentioning a lot of high luxury brands like
Gucci, Fendi, Versace, Nike, she can look sporty.
Gucci, Fendi, Nike, and this part when it says she can look sporty, it actually has a meaning. And what I understand it to be is, him saying that he can actually spend money on his date, right? And he just likes a girl that can actually shop his money. And when we went further to mention luxury brand, she understand, including she can look sporty. This she can look sporty, to me, I understand it to mean that he doesn't care how much he spends on his woman, right? Because if you are kind of like a bet freak or you bet, that most times you just betting, you can actually spend your last card on a bet or on a game. You understand? In the aim of trying to get something in return, like profits in return. So, but in this case, he is saying that he can spend any amount, like he doesn't care. He doesn't care any amount. So this she can look spot is more like saying he doesn't care to spend any amount on his woman. I don't know if you get that, but moving on.
She don't want us to worry about
Orobokibo is used to reference someone with a less ideal body, someone that is, let's just say, FHC, and when he said she no one turn to Orobokibo, like she doesn't want to turn to someone that is FHC, right? But he went for that to say, but she's billing like Orobokibo. This line actually means something, right? Because if those that are FHC, they actually don't like to be tagged as that, even though that is obvious already, but they don't want to be tagged as that. So he is saying that she no want turn to, like she does not want to be seen as that, but she's actually billing him. Like she does not want to be seen as, it's more like saying she does not want to be seen as someone who likes money, but she's actually asking for money. That's just what this line actually means in simpler terms. So she does not turn to Orobokibo, but she's dealing in like Orobokibo. So you get what I mean? So the woman, even though she doesn't want to be seen in a certain way, is still demanding from him. She's still asking for money, like she's part of, the crowd that has been criticized earlier, right?
The whole of zone 1, they might building.
This part I would actually like you to actually tell me who Calamantis is. I know what Calamantis is, but I want to know if one of you was going to get it in the comment section. So if you know what Calamantis is, please tell me. And if you are enjoying the video up to this point, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, right? So what it's just trying to say is press am quickly, right? Like you should act fast, like probably when you say press am quickly, yeah, I think it's referring to money. You should send money quickly because a whole of zone 1 now. When it says zone 1 is kind of like a popular area in Lagos, I think Lagos comprises of about 3 zones, ABC. So in this case, when it said deal of zone 1, just like a quarter of Lagos are in this building, right? Right? So a quarter of Lagos, a section of a whole Lagos are in this building. So this line just means that it's dealing with a lot of people, possibly, hustlers or, general street culture of Lagos. So it's more like a metaphor of how busy and demanding his life is, always surrounded by people needing something from him, right?
Mommy shut the door. They want beg me. Put down school fees.
So this pattern said, "Mommy shut the door." I think it's kind of acting like the mommy's boy here, because coming to, begging for money and stuff. I think it's just more like saying that his mom shut the door. Probably his mom's at his place or stuff and stuff like that. And when mentioned these parts, food and school fees and stuff like that, it's just into reference what people are actually coming to, seek from him. So I think it's just didn't like to feel the burden, because it's not just about love anymore. It's just more about expectation and blah blah blah.
Some of them go use the money camp.
And this part, I think you should know the meaning, because it's simple. This line is just a critique of how some people might actually waste money they get on drugs, right? Vivi actually slangs is a slang for weed, right? And I think camp or okbo could refer to a specific slang for a group or camp or something involved in reckless behavior. So Odumodu is just reflecting on the frustration with how his earnings might be used irresponsibly. Imagine coming to begging for money and they're using money to go and smoke a bowl. So instead of investing that money into something productive, it's just another layer of the song's thing about mismanagement and exploitation, right? And of course the chorus repeat and the vibe is there and stuff. But let's move on to the other verse. So this is Victony's part, and this part is actually deep. Let's check it out.
My killer way they stay for Obodo Yipo. Steady recharge for dollars.
So this part actually, this line, this steady recharge kind of, reflect how Odumodu sends money abroad to the girl on dollars. No, not Odumodu, sorry, Victony. It's just a symbol of how connected global financial exchange is, right? But basically, this line is just an irony, because where is being financially burdened at home, according to Odumodu, is still, unlike Odumodu, he is spending money to support someone overseas, right? So Odumodu is spending money chesting billing in Nigeria, while Victony is only chesting money abroad. Odumodu is a bigger person. So this one here, sorry, Victony rather.
The one for yeah, no the yeah what do. Samantha said fi the learn walk.
So basically, it's just talking about a girl who doesn't listen or understand the struggle he's facing. So this is more like highlights miscommunication or lack of empathy in the relationship. So probably he has a girl in Nigeria, she's not paying attention to him, or they don't talk that much. But then he has another one in abroad, or Obodo Imbo, as he said, but he's even still spending money on that one, despite the fact that she's not even present with him. So Samantha said, so I guess Samantha is comparing Samantha to the earlier girl that said she does not hear what. So I guess if Samantha is learning work from the one that does not hear words, Samantha is more like a baby compared to the one that, I don't know if you get that, but there, you get the point. So this other parts,
Sexy girls, they can't go.
these sexy girls, they use are kind of like linked by status, right? So, that kind of thing where you're not wearing the right brand, you're out, that kind of thing. So the pressure to conform to this, so his lifestyle is now palpable, that kind of thing. So it buttresses it further with this line.
You know be good, nah brother.
Victony here is saying that, or is emphasizing how appearance and labels matter in the social scene, right? If it's not Gucci, it's Prada, status. It's just more like saying status is everything, right? And this other part when he mentioned,
Say Shelly, Addis Ababa.
I feel I don't know, probably this is also referring to a specific person or situation, but the Adidas Abba is kind of like the capital of Ethiopia, right? And the mention of Adidas Abba kind of adds a sense of international laws, suggesting that the high life isn't limited to Nigeria, but extends to a global city, right?
No more Grandy, with the fast life.
And this part is kind of a nod on Solomon Grundy, and if you schooled in Nigeria, you'll know this nursery aim where they've been like Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, Christian. Now you get the point, right? So it just reflects, this line is using to reflect the cycle of or the nature of life and death, right? So it's just kind of say that the life is unpredictable, right? And life is just fast. Like everything happens fast. People rise quickly and also fall just as fast, right? And this part went like
It's plenty, she call me Santa.
is portrayed as a giver, yeah, more like Santa Claus of Father Christmas if you are from Nigeria. So it's constantly giving. It's always constantly giving, but perhaps not receiving the same in return. This line just points to generosity and expectation that comes with wealth and stuff like that.
Exclusive, Bahamas.
Now, the Bahamas reference points to luxury and exclusivity, right? It's a reminder of the kind of life that people desire to live. The exclusivity could also speak to a sense of being set apart from the struggles of life, of everyday life, right?
Balling and balling, no more mamba.
This line was a play on the idea of luxury and success. Mumaba kind of refers to the legendary Kobe Bryant. So it's a Mamba kind of mentality, right? Suggesting that Victony is living a life of continuous success. Balling refers to living that kind of like making money and being suspenseful.
No be choice, oh, no be data.
This line kind of highlights that the life is describing isn't just about choices, it's a lifestyle that is not up for debate. So when it said no be data, it implies that this isn't just about information or opinion, but about real, tangible life station.
Baby, calculate your numbers.
Victony is just telling others to be mindful how they handle money, relationship, and of course their choices, right? And that is it, right? So that's breakdown of Pity This Boy. It's a track filled with struggle, defiance, luxury, and raw honesty about navigating life's pressures, right? Odumodu and Victony they're kind of like, if you listen to the song, you know that they're trying to bring us a story that mixes humor and social commentary, giving us a glimpse into the complex world of Ozu, right? Family expectations and also, the desire for status, right? So I guess that is it. If you enjoyed this video, probably please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course we are going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.